Hello and welcome to another tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to get Photoshop blur gallery type effects in just about any image editor. It's not a new technique. People have been using this kind of masking technique for a long time now, but it's good. So I've got this photograph here. So what I'm going to do is in my layers palette, this will work in pretty much any image editor. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to duplicate the layer that I have my original photograph on, and then I'm going to turn off the backup we've got here. Always when I'm working with an image, I keep a backup at the bottom disabled so that I can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to desaturate this image, just so we've got a nice black and white photograph to be working on. And then I'm going to duplicate it again. And this time I'm going to add a blur. And I want to make this a Gaussian blur, and I'm just going to pop that on. And I'm just going to make that a nice big healthy blur. So that's kind of got our out of focus area of the image. So what I can do now is I can just, to this blurred layer, I can add a mask, and then I can go over to my gradient tool, and I can add a new gradient in my gradients palette here. And what I want to do is I want to just click where the white is, and I want to turn the opacity right down to 0. So that's a complete transparency. And then what I can do with that is I can just turn it to a radial type, and I can just click and drag, and I can bring areas of my image into sharp focus. Just like this. So I can bring a bit more into focus there, and I can really play with the depth of field on the image with this. So say I'm happy with that. But there's just a little bit maybe in the background that I want slightly more in focus. I can actually even use my paintbrush tool just to go ahead and just, oops, wrong layer. I can just use my paintbrush tool to, wait, no. Undo that again. The problem there was that I had my tool on white, which was meaning I was blurring it, so I need to turn it back down to a black. And then I can just paint into sharp focus areas at the back of the image, just like you'd paint everything else. And really the beauty of this technique is you can use it on any effect chain to get fine control over where your effects are. So if I went ahead and duplicated my background layer again, just wait for that to come in there, I could drag this background layer, copy, to the top of my image. I'm getting some lag here, I do apologize. So if I drag that over to the top of my image and enable it, we can see that we have an in sharp focus colored image again. So if I go ahead and add another Gaussian blur to this, and just change the radius down a little this time, because what I want to do is I just want to take the coloral information from this image. So what I can do is I can add another mask to this layer, and this time I can use precisely the same technique to go ahead, and if I make a nice large brush here and I change it to black, I can go ahead and I can just rub out all the color here. That's going to take a second because I'm recording, and this is quite a big image I'm working on. I'm going to go ahead and remove all of this color data. Yeah. And what I want to do now, once I've done that, is I want to turn my layer opacity down. I mean, this isn't perfect right now, but if I change my layer opacity to maybe 50%, I do apologize again, I'm getting some recording lag here. Okay, that started working again. I do apologize for that. If I change that to maybe 50%, and I change my brush tool up to a white again, and with just a soft feathered brush here, I can go ahead and I can go and paint color back into the image, just like we did with the blur. And we can make up some quite interesting imagery with this. And it's a lot more powerful than some of the built-in tools you'll just get with the image editor. And it works a treat every time. So thank you for watching, and please ask if there's a tutorial that you would like on anything.